Good morning. Hope everyone's okay. We survived the high winds at the weekend. We had a bit of a catastrophe. We lost one of our trees. It was only a little tree, but it did have lots of plums and fruits on it, and we lost it. So we're a little bit gutted about that. So, Katie French, blast from the past. Hi. Okay, today this is a request from a school friend who fancied seeing some stormy skies, crashing waves against some cliffs. And as ever, your wish is my command, Laura. So what we're going to do to start is I've covered my canvas. It's a 16 by 20 inch canvas, horizontal landscape. I've covered it in liquid white, which is just a light oil medium that allows the canvas to be wet. That's the sort of coverage you want, just so that you can still see your fingerprints, so that I can mix my paints on here as opposed to just mixing them on the palette. So I will just remove what looks like something's gone on my palette. I hope it's not a bug. No, it's a little bit of wood. That's all right. I can go over there and get it out of the way. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to start with a little bit of phthalo blue, and I'm going to start very, very light. And I thought my phthalo blue, because this is a dark blue rather than I'll start again. This is Prussian blue, because my phthalo blue is quite bright, which, as you know, I don't have, so I'm using French ultramarine, but I haven't got that on my palette today. So we're going to start. I'm going to have a sort of a bright area and then go back and do the dark clouds. So we'll have a little bit of blue in here first. That's a little bit brighter than I wanted, so I'm going to dull it down with a little bit of the ivory black. Now I'm not using the Bob Ross Midnight Black because I don't want those sorts of hues and tint in it. What I actually want is just the sort of the dark black. No, I'm aiming for those of you watching anywhere else, I'm aiming for a good old British seaside sky, which is always pretty horrendous, coming from the seaside myself. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of dark, just the black on its own, and we'll do a little bit of black up here in the corners, just to darken the corners, just to bring the eye into whatever I'm going to do further on. So we'll have a little bit of dark. Now you'll see as they're mixing that we're creating a little bit of a dark foreboding sky. And knowing that we're going to be doing, hi Gemma, we're going to be doing some sea in here, I'm going to go into the blue and the black, and we will just go straight across from the side. Alright, now I know that looks quite horrendous there, but that will fade in. Try and make the horizon reasonably straight. And we've got a little bit of a shimmer in there. I'm going to add a little bit more black, so we've got a little bit more foreboding, a little bit more stormy. Okay, and that will do to start. Okay, so now I'm going to go straight in the back. I haven't washed my brush yet, so I've still got a little hint of the blue, and I'm going to have to watch the dark sienna because it's it looks like it's about to slide off. Okay, so now we're going to put in some clouds, and I'm just using the very top of the brush. I'm only using the very, very top corner. I'm not using anything else, okay? And we'll just pop in some clouds. I'm putting in quite a big one here. I'll put some highlights on him in a minute. I'm going to have another one that's quite a towering one, and he's going to be down here. And again, I'll pop some highlights in him later. Okay, so here's the later. A little bit of white, and we'll run that along the bottom. So you don't need much, because these are quite dark clouds. Okay, we'll just dot in, mix in a little bit there, and we'll do a little bit over here. Okay, and there we are. So there we have, oh, that sort of like comes to a stop quite sudden, so we'll drag him out a little bit. Okay, so now, again, same brush, we'll fluff up the clouds, and then we go over them and set them down into the painting. And again, we'll fluff these ones up as well, mix them up a little bit, and there we are. Now if you want to make clouds that are actually raining, Sarah Jane Fair, morning Mrs. Woman B, you go, yes I am Pete, thank you very much. Hair's going to get into my eyes now. I really need my my hairdresser to come back from being bellowed. And Sue Lovejoy, pleased to meet you. Hello. It's a new friend, because strangers are just friends you haven't met yet. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, and again I'm going to come in quite dark. I'm going to have a little cloud down here. Okay, then we're going to do a little bit of white in the bottom of him again. Again, you know, this is all suggestive, and then we'll sweep that up, fluff him up, and we'll set him down into the painting as well. Now if you did want to have this cloud as raining, if you just bring it down little slanty bits like that, it begins to look like it's raining, but I don't want that. Okay, so I think we're okay with that. I'm quite happy with the way that looks. Push that back into it a little bit. Don't forget, this is a live session, so if anybody has any questions, please do ask. Now, I'm using odorless paint thinners, and I'm also using my brush beater. Okay, so now the first thing we've got to do is decide where we're going to put our big wave. Where we're going to have, if I'm going to have some cliffs down here and some cliffs here, I'm going to need my crashing wave to be around here somewhere. So I'll take a little bit of white, a little bit of the blue, and we will draw him in. So if he's coming from here, we'll come up, down, up and away. Okay, so that's one of my major waves. All right, can't see it, I'll do it a little bit darker. So we're coming in, come up to a point, down and away, and so that you know, that will be like the water. Okay, and this will be the foamy stuff. All right, I'll do another one, not huge crashing waves, but I'll do another one that's here. So we're going up to a point, down and away. Okay, and this is where your water will come over. Does that make sense? So going back to my darker brush, in with the white, because I'm going to have, everybody knows what the North Sea is like, it's all a bit stormy and a bit wavy, so we'll start with putting a lot of paint on there which doesn't want to be there. So get rid of that and we'll start again. So choosing where my horizon is, which I'm guessing is going to be around there. Using a rocking motion, we'll start to add in some waves. Now, because I'm doing this the opposite way around to the way I normally do things, make sure that's good and dry, and then brush those in. Okay, so that gives some movement to the waves, and I'm going to say my horizon is just right there. Okay, there we go. So, taking this one, we'll go straight back. Same on that one. Take it straight back, a little bit of colour. Okay, so now I'm going to have a little bit of the liquid white into the blue, or into the white even. Who else have we got? No one else yet? Okay, so now we need to do the crashing wave. Okay, that's it there. Make it a little bit darker for this one coming here. We'll have a little bit of black, because like I say, we don't usually have amazing blue seas, not over here in England. That tends to be, I'll take that one away there, that tends to be far away. So now I'm just taking the darker colour, we'll just go over there. Now we need just white. In fact, we need some liquid white mixed in with this, and we're going to have the splashing wave. Okay, and that's the foamy bit. We'll go up on there, come along here, that needs to be a bit darker. There we go. And all I'm doing is taking the corner of my brush and going round the wave. Okay, now I know when Mr. Ross does this, and Bob Ross does this, he takes his fill bit and he puts an eye in here. Now I'm not going to do that. I'm not putting a light eye in, because in this sort of weather I don't think you would have a great deal of sunshine shining through the wave. I think what you would have is an awful lot of shadow. So I'm going to put in the eye, I'm going to put in a shadow. And I'm going to do the same with this one, because I'm not saying we have miserable weather, but we have miserable weather. And the sky, and when you've got a storm, you don't have, there we go, there we are. And to me that gives it a little bit more 3D. I'm going to put a little bit more dark under some of these, so it looks like these have got a little bit of a shadow. Some of them will just have a hint. And there we go. Oop. Okay, so I think that one could be a wave breaking over there, in which case I need to come back to the white. And we'll do a little bit of fuss there. Okay, so now, I do need to clean my brush now. I'm doing this one for Laura, but I know she won't be watching this live, because she's in the States and they're a little bit behind us on time. So now I need to add the highlights. I need to add a little bit of liquid white as well. There we go. And take that little bit going down there. There we go. Same here, I'll have the little bits, mix it all in, have quite a splash there, there we are, splash of the waves against it. Don't worry about it, because you're going off like that. Okay, so that's my my wave. Okay, and that's coming in on there. And then what I will do to have even more waves coming in at the front, I'll take this mixture, cut across, so I've got a load, and then because I will be cutting this off with the cliffs, so but it's just to give us an idea of where. Okay, and another one, I'll come in right down here. Again, I don't know if you can see me okay. Hope everyone can see everything okay. There we go. There. Okay, that's beginning to look quite stormy. Now, what I need to do is to start. I'm going to lose an awful lot of this wave, unfortunately, unless I do some cliffs over there and just a rock or something there. In fact, I think I'll do that because I quite like that wave. I think that looks quite cool. Okay, again, I'm going to use my black, my browns. That might do a little bit more black in there. Again, I've got Van Dyke Brown and Dark Sienna, as well as the Ivory Black. Now, I do use Bob Ross paints as much as I can, but they are getting increasingly difficult to find. So I've started to use some of the Winsor & Newton, and they are just as good, I believe. Okay, so I'm going to start with a rock that comes out here. It's a bit straight, so we'll come down, take him across, and we'll bring him out into the front. Don't worry about what he looks like at the moment. Okay, and that's my rock there, and I'll bring him forward a little bit so that he reaches that, and that can rock as well. Okay, that can rock, no, that can go into there. Okay, so something like that. I think we'll put a few lumps and bumps in. We'll make him a little bit raggedy, separate him out in a minute, so where he's got like 2 or 3, we'll put another bit coming out there. Okay, so that's my rock. So we'll put a little bit of a straight piece on him there. There we go. So bring it all sort of down. Yeah, it looks a bit, we'll put in another bit of rock there. There we go. So there we are. That's my first rock. I need to put some highlights on him. So I'm going to use the yellow ochre and some of the alizarin crimson. A little bit of the dark, because it's going to be grey, but I find in the picture a little bit grey, so I'm going to add a mix of colours. Don't mix it too much. And then we'll do a little bit of, so that's the top. There's another top layer. We'll have another piece here that comes that way. That one, touch it here and there. There we are, and just make some cracks in there as well, so that it looks like, I'll get rid of that, we bring down, I'm having to go around the corner there, guys. Okay, if we bring the edge of it down a little bit, you can see what we're doing. There we are, just adding a little bit of texture to it. I am going to come down a little bit into the water so that it looks like we've got a bit of reflection, so that when I take the white and the grey and I make a little line going round, there you go, it looks like some waves that are sitting there. Now we've got some stormy seas, so if we go back to the fan brush, and the fan brush that I'm using is a Winsor & Newton. Doesn't say what size it is though, guys, sorry. But if we go back into this, and then with this crashing over, we can put some water running over there. Okay, so having to bring this one a little bit further forward, I'll bring him into that. He's going up in the background. We've got a little bit of water coming down there. Have a little bit because we'll have this one crashing as well, so we'll have some water running down there as well. It can all run into there. Okay, so there we are. Run that a little bit back, so there we are. A little bit, taking the very, very top and running it back. There we are. Okay. And I'm going to put another rock. Should I do a cliff? No, I think I'll do another rock over the other side. Only he's going to be in the water. Okay, and that's what this one is crashing up against. A little bit further back. And he's going to be here. We'll bring him out. Again, we'll bring a little bit that down as a reflection. Use the same colours. We'll have a little bit of the rock coming down there. Have some of it highlighted. There we are. There we go. And there's my rock. Again, we'll come in. We'll do him. Okay. He's got some water. I'm going to do him with some water going over. I'm going to take a dryer brush this time. And because this one is crashing in the background, I'm going to suggest that he's actually crashing over. So we'll have lots of water coming over here, a little bit of blue into here. There we are. That's another one. Now I do feel it's lacking something in the distance. I don't quite know what to put into it. So let's have a little think. Anybody who's still watching? I don't know who's still watching. I've got 3 watching. Yay! So I put these rocks in the front for the waves, but really I think you could do with something out the back just to mark where the horizon is a little bit better. So I think what I'll do is I'll take some of this dark stuff, the dark, make it a bit lighter. I think I'll have some cliffs over in the background. In fact, I'll put them out this way. I'll do some in the background. there. That can go out to there. Bring them down a little bit. Okay, and then I'll come back into the darker colour. I'll come down there, fill all that in. Yes, I am just filling it in. I'll mark it all out later. Tool back there. Okay. I know it looks just like a big lump at the moment, but it will improve. Okay, that just gives us a little bit more to deal with. So I just need my knife. I'm going to start across the top, and we'll come down, bring that down into the water, a little bit there, a little bit of lighter colour. Bring that into there. Okay, a little bit, I think I might just put a little bit of green on top of that, just to show there's something perhaps actually beginning to live on there. Okay, a little bit of colour. It's not quite as dark as this one, although I'm going to add a little bit of darkness so that it looks not quite so straight. There's a few little bits. I need the small side of my knife, and we'll cut a few into those. Okay, so that they look. I'm just coming above there because you can still see some brush marks, so we'll come across. There we are. That's better. I like that better now. Okay. Now I just need to do, yeah, that's much better. Now I just need to do where the waves are actually hitting. Okay. I'll do a small one. I'll make some It's not coming off, is it? There we go. Okay, I'm going to make that out to be a different one. Okay, there we go. Okay, so how are we doing? Callum. Now that's a name I've not heard of for a while. How are you? Or is it your mum? Karen. Either way, nice to have your company. And how's it all going? There we go. Okay. So, yeah, I quite like that. Now the only thing that does bother me is the fact that I don't think my horizon is straight enough. I think I've got a wonky horizon, and there's nothing worse than a wonky horizon. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of the blue. I'm actually going to add a little bit in the distance. That's better. There you are. Okay. That's straighter. So now we've straightened out the horizon. I'll add a little bit more of the blue as we go. So it's not quite so wishy-washy now, is it? Have a little bit of blue underneath there. There we go. Little pond there. Yep, I like that more. Yep, definitely like that more. Okay. Right, so what I am going to do with that one up there is, because I've brought the horizon out, or I've brought the shadow out, I really need to bring the rock out as well. So what I'm going to do is turn that into another rock that's just laying there. This is turning into sort of like a cornwall, isn't it? Cornwall type. There. Like that. This is sort of definitely Marilyn. Oh my goodness, hi! How are you? I hope all is well with you. I hope Carolyn and Matt are okay as well. Marilyn I went to school with. She was a couple of years below me. I think Carolyn was my year, I think. No, I know, Carolyn was my year. Matt, I think, was a little bit above. But nice to have you with me. That's awesome. Right, I'm just going to put in, again, because I feel we would have some water flowing over here. I don't want my knife, I don't know why I've still got the knife in my hand. I want some white and some water, a little bit black, because again we're in England, the water isn't crystal blue, it's always a mucky grey colour because the sky's always a mucky grey colour. And I'm just going to put some water crashing over that as well. So I've got the dark colour in first. A little bit of the dark colour first, and then we'll turn to the light colour. I'll need a clean brush and get some whites, a little bit of liquid white, which just thins it out. You could use the liquid thinners, but I'll just use this. And then here we'll just have some water crashing over that. And running out into the sea. There we are. Okay. And I think I'm going to leave that like that, to be honest, because, which one? Because I do think that is quite, I don't know if that's quite what Laura had in mind when she asked me to do some cliffs and some crashing waves. It sort of changed halfway through. It certainly looks like I've got some movement in the sea anyway. Oh, are you back? You're all back. Hopefully you are anyway. I do apologise for the lack in signal, but we are out in the country and the Wi-Fi isn't brilliant because my internet's rubbish, but that's because I don't have fibre optics. So just excuse me while I concentrate. Need to concentrate because I'm doing my name. Right, and there we have it. Another fairly quick one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll take a little time and have a look at my website, rbart.co.uk, and all this, when it's dry, it will all be on the website. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I do apologise, you keep cutting out up there, and I'm sorry. I hope you're there. I'd better finish now before I lose you again, but thank you for watching with me. Stay safe, stay warm, and we will see you same time, same place next week. If you've got any requests, please let me know. You can message me over Facebook, you can message me on the website, but either way, stay home, stay safe, follow your instructions, and we'll meet up again next week. Take care. See you soon. Bye.